Oh, what the fuck? You gigantic fucking superhero.
Oh, my God. Hey, hold on. Let me put the mic on.
Was going to happen.
You're dressed like Bill Schultz.
Hey, that could not be a worse insult. How are you, Kev?
You gigantic superhero faggot.
I was just tweeting going, I can't wait to hear the compliments I get from Jim and
That's
Sam.
a beautiful
and
suit.
happy Kevin Brennan.
Look at this texture on the shirt.
Right?
You
Oh,
look
the
like...
detail.
Hey, wait a second. I don't want to hear anything, Mr. Tuxedo wearing WWE, man.
Hey, man.
You dress up when you're on TV.
You dress like a game show host in a dream segment. No, what
That's
is
a
the orange
beautiful
for?
suit.
That's a wild suit.
It's a Valentine's
It's
Day
red.
suit. So
Oh,
we're
Valentine's
doing.
Day. Okay,
we've
yeah.
been. We're doing some Megyn Kelly stuff for the Olympics. Akbar and I have been doing the 9 o'clock hour with Megyn Kelly, and so I just because I needed more attention.
Sure.
What am I going to learn to fly a helicopter or something?
Wait.
So I'm wearing
Are
ridiculous
people in the
suits.
public watching you with this, or have you been?
Yeah,
in like
we were just on this. So we did the two segments.
I would think girls would go nuts for that suit.
It's a wild suit.
Yeah,
Because they love red.
I'm
It's
newly
fire
single.
engine red.
I'm newly single, and so I'm desperately trying.
Do you know how easily you'll meet someone if you want to? A big, handsome,
well,
famous
this is
guy.
right.
With a red suit.
I know.
Apparently,
You got
I will
a
tell you.
custom
Exactly.
pocket
You're,
scarf.
you're dressed like a dog
Pocket
dick.
thing.
A dog. These compliments are coming fast and furious. It is
You
someone.
see his shoes?
Oh yeah, I'm wearing my. These are the
Fucking
Shaun White
awesome.
They're
gold
incredible.
medal
You really,
shoes with
you
my
really. He
American
knows how to
flags.
play show business, doesn't he?
He's right.
He's likable. He plays the game.
He's not likable. Who, Sam? He's not likable.
No, this guy, Matt
Matt, yeah,
Iseman.
Matt's
Likable.
likable.
Matty
Not
Ice.
likable.
No?
No, hateable.
So wait. I
quit
because we were
Compound
working.
Media.
I know that's what I was wondering. Have you guys been covering it?
Yeah, because Bill Schultz got a show, so he quit.
Yeah.
But didn't they say yes to giving you 2 episodes?
Yeah, but they said yes to that before. They just say yes because
Oh,
it's
really?
ezy.
Yeah.
Bullshit walks and money talks. I think I got that mixed up.
Bobby
did, but you're right.
Fleckman, you know, you're quoting Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Right. You know what? Sometimes you gotta make a move. Are you coming over here to Jim and Sam?
No.
That was cold. There wasn't even a hesitation.
We like
there.
Kevin, but he belongs over there. That's
Yeah.
it's
We
more,
were just, I was trying to explain that,
He
like,
belongs over there.
Kevin Brennan is a product into and of himself.
I'm
Right.
an acquired
So,
taste.
yeah, but it needs to be presented as the Kevin Brennan product, which is why you can't
Right.
just. He wants to be put into
Well,
everywhere.
and
Any
I
show
think-
business job he thinks that he can do.
I want to do a show with Dave Landau. Everything says I go, that's not even funny.
He needs. I think you need to pair with that guy who. There's a really funny guy who created Chappelle's show. Who?
Oh my God!
Oh, he's
not
good.
Honestly,
Here's
here's
a hack, and not a Valentine's
that-
Day.
here's
I got
what-
a good psychic now. He's blind. He's an alcoholic, and he's I like him. His name is Skeevy Wonder. They call him. But Brian McCarthy, I'd do a shout out to him because he's probably listening. He's a big fan of your guys.
Thank you.
Oh, great.
I have to say, the amount of radio drama that you gentlemen have witnessed over the past couple years has been.
Past 17 years. I've done nothing but be in radio fights
All the
for
years.
17
You've
years.
never been in a fight, though.
Radio fights, not fist fights.
No. But I mean,
Yeah,
I've always felt like you maintain.
you're never the protagonist
Yeah,
or
you're
the
never in an
antagonist.
argument with anybody
Until
on the air.
finally, once you go off after decades of provocation, have I ever
Matt,
heard you? You
let me tell
maintain
you
you're
something.
cool.
You're right. Jim is never in arguments on the air. Just don't bring up D.L. Hughley.
Yeah, we've had
Well, Jesse Ventura too.
Oh, don't bring
Yeah.
up or Chris Jericho.
or other radio. Yeah.
But those
What's that
ones were
lady?
all,
What's
those
that lady's
ones
name?
all
Shows?
started.
Which one?
Well, Jocktober, I give you.
No, I
but-
mean other radio shows that, like, whether it was all these Florida guys we used to fight with, or
Oh,
Maxwell
Bubba.
when he was in
Right.
Cleveland,
Mancow.
or Mancow, or fucking Lex and Terry, who and I like all those guys. Though it's so weird. I've gone on their shows. We've
Yeah.
had so many weird fights with other radio shows.
Oh, yeah, I
over the
think
Nancy
decades.
Grace.
But it's been interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember.
I feel like in your 20s and 30s, and particularly when terrestrial radio was probably much more, there was more of that Howard Stern, Killer Be Killed.
Yeah.
But as you've matured, I think, you guys have become friends with Artie, or you always were friends
I
with
love
Artie.
being Artie, always gonna
the
love me, yeah.
crossover, but still. And yet, still the drama with the guy. And now I feel bad bringing it up because people get mad at me when I say it, and I'm just a fan. Who from the outside was just upset. People are like, "What did he ever do to you?" I'm like, "Well, he ruined the radio show that I enjoyed for 20 years, but it has spun off and created now more shows." But it's just sad
What
to
are
see
you
this
talking
guy.
about? Artie?
You're saying for
Or
leaving
somebody
Howard.
else?
You're saying Artie for leaving Howard.
No,
Oh.
Opie.
Oh,
No.
Opie for leaving. Oh,
Opie,
yeah.
Opie for blowing up for
Everything?
it sounded like he really didn't fight for Anthony, and then he alienated you, which you were carrying him, and now he's kind of alienated
God.
Sirius.
Well, he and I were. I'll say this, and to be really truthful.
Oh my God.
No, you don't think so? I mean,
No, me and him.
this is just as a fan here, not as a radio expert.
We alienated each other.
He's like throwing red meat to the fans.
Oh my God!
But he's right.
And
but
the best part is Sam's the biggest shit stirrer of all, who just sit there and go, "Tell me more, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me more."
I'm the shit stirrer going like, because you carried him. And
But I say this, I was difficult too because we didn't like each other after. Like
And
I
you
would be
gotta
in cunt
deal with
moods when
it,
I came
right?
in. Yeah,
The piss mist.
I was part of that shitty vibe, but I do think I was funny.
I thought the show was good even when you guys didn't get along.
I
Honestly,
wasn't
I thought the
enjoying
show
it
was
though.
good.
Right.
I enjoy working with Sam. Like, I really
Yeah,
do
but you
have
were
fun.
still funny, and Opie was still good. I
You
thought.
could tell though. You could hear the tension, and just the thing that, again, as a fan, as a longtime listener, that I would hear is when he would stomp on the punchlines, or when he would stomp on Chip, or when he was like he didn't like.
And then
not being the
if
funny one.
if Matt saw Opie outside, he'd be like, "Opie, I love you. I love these pop-up videos that you're
Probably.
doing."
I'm very
You're such a
nice.
fucking schmoozing
I'm a-
kiss-ass cunt.
But like, I love his anger. I think.
Do you?
Yeah.
Hire me on your network, you piece of shit.
Like, listen, I'm trying not to get fired.
Let me get a red suit. We'll walk around Times Square.
I'm going
all
to show
day.
up at Megyn Kelly tomorrow. They'll be like, "We heard
Megan
what Kevin
Kelly,
Brennan
please smell
said."
her pussy for me.
Oh
Okay,
boy,
Jesus
there it
No,
is.
because that pussy's gonna smell
I'm
delicious.
unemployed.
I don't guess not his fault that Kevin is saying with
Her pussy's gonna smell like standards and practices.
you don't need that, do you? That's a bit much.
I'm just happy to be here with you guys.
You're gonna be near Megan Kelly.
We have been, yeah. So we're
just
doing
said
it
he
for
was
2
doing
weeks
the
for the
show.
Olympics. So we did. That's where I just came from.
And what'd she
We're doing it
smell
with
like?
Megyn Kelly. I'm not going to comment on what she smells like, but I will say this: one of immediately from the second she saw us, and again, obviously there's a lot of pressure and expectation on her, and she is the big money person there. Could not have been nicer, sweeter, and came up and just has been a dream to work with. So again, I don't know. I've been completely impressed with her, and she's a
no
pro.
Dave Landau,
And
I'll
honestly,
say
what's
that.
funny too?
Would you do Chip's show, by the way, to digress?
Fucking heartbeat.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
begging
he would be
for it.
great on Chip's
I would
show.
love to have you on Chip's show because I didn't know if you like Chip or not. But
Well, I
certainly
thought you
go.
thought I was like Lamar or something here.
What are you, fucking Daffy Duck or something?
Home run, take us out, piggy boy. Oh, sorry, Dad.
First of all,
Yeah,
who
of
don't
course
like,
I would in
who
a
don't-
heartbeat.
who don't like Chip? Who don't like Chip?
By the way,
Everybody likes
Chip
Chip.
Anyone with ears.
is blowing up.
He's
Sam,
huge.
you're gonna be replaced.
But
He'll just go off and do his own
No,
show.
I'm going
I
to be
would be-
replaced.
Yeah.
Norton and Chip doing a show together. That'd be great.
I would love that. I would be perfectly fine watching Jim continue to spiral down this this lost Chip
Lost
multiple
childhood.
I said
personality.
it. I know I said it last time I was here, but I know you're a fan of Gervais. But it reminds
Yes.
me of Extras when Gervais got the sitcom, and he's
right.
like, "Oh, you're having a laugh at me," and he walks behind like the sitcom thing, and he's just heartbroken, like, "I've become this thing that I
Yep.
never wanted to
Are you
be,"
having a laugh?
and everyone loves it.
Yeah.
and you're like, but Chip,
He got what he wanted.
he
Yes,
got what
exactly.
he wanted, but it was like at what cost?
Yep.
But
Yeah,
not-
that is what Chip is like. It's more successful than I am, and tickets sell faster.
And dude, have people started yelling out like
Started.
Yeah.
The minute they
They boo you?
dude. I have to tell them I'll do Chip at the end
Chip at
because
the
I
end.
can't follow him.
Oh my
I do
God.
Chip in the last 10 minutes of every show. I have
Chip's
to.
a monster.
I know.
He's a monster.
I got to bring the wig though. It feels weird doing it like Jim anymore.
Right.
I don't like doing him on stage because I got to bring the wig.
You're like Dame Edna. You're becoming this
Can
character.
you just black out and then black out the stage and then just put the wig on real quick or something?
Or you
That's I have to figure out a way to do it. I've done it once.
Is this going to become like a one-man show?
I think it'd be cool if you turned around and then turned back around and you were
with the
Chip.
wig on?
Yeah.
I should fucking put on all rock and roll, and they'll see my head go back and
Right.
the wig fly, and they'll go,
Yeah.
"Fuck, what's happening?"
It
Yeah.
is. It's like Kiss.
That'd be
You
a good.
You gonna do a Chip one-man show?
No.
No, he'd do multiple characters. He'd have
No.
Uncle Paul in there and Ted Sheckler.
Uncle Paul tends to lose some of the audience.
Yeah, but I don't care. It's fun
Uncle
to do.
Paul has got to be difficult in this climate.
No, because that's
Uncle
fake.
Paul, there's never been a climate where Uncle Paul was easy. He's a child molester.
Yeah.
It's never
Yeah,
been
but
like
he's funny
you know,
about
in
it.
the
there was a
60s,
time-
in the
Funny child
60s, that would have been
molester.
appropriate.
Yeah, we could be in the 60s you could be an admitted child molester.
This is what's so interesting to me is even for you guys it's serious where when I remember it was like high voltage, the virus, you guys are say anything.
High voltage.
And now how you can lose your career over a tweet.
Just by raping a woman.
Just, I mean,
That'll
it's
do
not
it.
that easy, right?
But you do have to think of it
Although,
too.
I mean,
because
like 10 years ago, we almost lost the show because a homeless man was
Charlie
crashing.
almost cost us the
Yeah.
show. Yeah, I mean, not him, but the reaction.
And
to him.
how amazing is that too? When you're like, we literally brought someone on, and we're now being held accountable for what someone else has said on an unfiltered radio show that is behind a paywall.
That's the thing. So people you do have to
Paywall,
kind of be
Kevin.
careful.
Paywall.
And if you're not careful, you get fired. And if you get fired, then what? It's like you got
There's no recourse. Right? Well, the podcast is what's amazing to me is that you have podcasts are intriguing.
How long is
in
this
that-
Kiss Ass Festival going
Well,
on
he's
for?
making a good
Holy
point.
shit.
That is a
I
good
just want to
question.
irritate you, Brennan, so you can go off again. It's the best.
No, it's so frustrating. Every time
going right there.
every time I'm here, he
I
comes
know.
in and he fucking wins everybody. Why don't you just run for Senate and get it over with, you piece of shit?
I've never seen anything like that. In that one move, it was Matt Iseman, like in a nutshell. You go like you piece, you cunt. Why don't you stop kiss-assing everybody? And he just turns around and he goes, "I'm just trying to get you riled up because I love it so much. It's great." Like
That's when he's at his best. I mean,
So
like, is
gorgeous,
there
too.
ever
He is
happy Kevin? That'd be so
Well,
boring.
have you ever disappointed a woman? Like, how do you fuck?
I'm
good,
newly
too? Do you-
single.
I'm sure he does.
No, do you have a big fucking dick and you pleasure them well?
So I'm on
blunt.
dating apps.
You have a
I
big
just
fucking
started
dog dick.
Here's what I'm going to guess. Matt's an 8x6 guy. Matt's an 8
Oh my
8x6.
God.
Matt's a giant
A
guy.
chode.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say he's an 8x6.
One of the
long and
fans, and I'm
wide.
embarrassed. I can't get his name. Someone just tweeted because I spilled champagne on myself on the way out here. NBC paid.
Sure.
And like I spilled the whole, and so I took a picture of like my and it was the crotch, but then one of your fans just tweeted something out at look at the bulge, and then had an animated me dancing over my own dick.
I could see you actually having sex
remarkable.
with somebody, and then you like go turbo dick. You know what I mean?
No.
Like you're pleasuring her. And
I'm
then
too old.
like a
I-
rocket ship. You go like, if you really like it, you're like, I'm gonna fucking make this woman crazy.
At
Like
this point, I'm just trying
that's
to
why I put
pleasure
you on
myself.
a pedestal.
I used to be so much more enthusiastic. Now I'm just happy to be there anymore, Kevin.
Anything you want to plug? I'm kidding.
So wait, are you doing your own podcast now? I'm sorry.
No,
if I'm
I have my own
rehashing this
podcast,
stuff.
but
He
yeah,
quit,
I
he
have
quit.
I have
He quit
MLC
that.
podcast still, but it's like, listen, listen. You know how show business is. You get a lot of disrespect, so I don't want to get disrespect at this point in my career for a part-time job. So I'm saying like, so I don't know. I didn't know Dave Lando and Cumia were roommates, and like I didn't know all this shit was
They're
going
not
down.
roommates. He just likes doing radio with him better than you. It's
Yeah.
not that big a
Kevin
deal.
will interpret certain things as disrespect
Right.
that are, and certain things that aren't disrespect. They're just because they're having other
Right.
problems, or
He's-
because
he's hurt.
Anthony happens
Well,
to like Dave
my
Landau a
take
lot
is,
more.
I thought
Yeah, a lot more.
Landau was a good compliment to Cumia, and I think
You don't wanna hear- he doesn't wanna hear that right
wait,
now. He
wait,
doesn't
what
wanna-
I'm saying is, I think like
Better than Kevin?
No, I like Kevin on his own or with people there to rile him up. Like Kevin doesn't need anyone else.
Don't get me started.
That's why I like burning bridges. You just came in,
But the
and it was like,
combination of Anthony and Dave Landau,
It's magical.
That's the
It's
combination.
it's a magical
magic.
combination.
listen, I look. I tweeted. I'm going on Anthony's show tomorrow, and I tweeted it, and then someone goes, "But when's Dave Landau coming on?" And Dave Landau's like,
I mean,
"I'm
this-
coming next week," and everyone's like, "Yay, Dave!"
I think
So-
today's
Oh
the
my
first day
God.
that like any of us like Dave Landau's name has been said so many times.
I know.
None of us knew who he was before.
I'll be happy to
He
have
was
Dave
funny.
Landau on. I hear he's very good, so
Yeah,
I'd be
I
more than
thought he
happy to have
was-
him in.
He
He's
don't
gonna-
even live here. I think he lives in Detroit or some
Oh,
shit.
when he's
We're
here.
gonna find out if he's who's
If
better.
he's available.
Yeah, we'll fly him in.
We're doing a who's better.
You should
You
get
know-
to an hour. Give him a half hour. Give me a half hour. I'll pay for my half hour, like a fucking like one of those corporate things.
Like you're buying a commercial
Like an
on fucking,
infomercial,
yeah.
yeah.
I do. Part of me wants to have them both in at the same time.
I feel like
Part of you,
Kevin,
all of me wants
whole
that,
thing.
and Anthony.
Right?
Who makes Anthony laugh more?
Wouldn't Anthony love the awkwardness? Choose Anthony.
Oh my God, would I love that.
Yeah, it's like The Bachelor.
yeah, we should do that.
I feel
Who
like
gets
you
a
would be the
rose?
devil
Anthony,
with
Dave,
Anthony,
and
though.
fucking Anthony, Dave, and Kevin would be
Yeah.
great in the morning.
Oh, they'd be great.
He would be the devil, though. I feel like you would get Anthony riled up in his Alex Jones mode, and Dave kind of keeps him more the happy Jim, Paul McCartney's
Like the better-
wife having a miscarriage
Yes.
joke.
The
What,
old
the
Russ,
show's-
yes.
what did you just say?
The show's better with Dave. Is
He's referencing an old joke.
I know, and that's the other thing
He's
too.
referencing 1,800 jokes, Anthony. And I'm trying
That's the other thing. I come in and people are like, stop with the references. I'm like, no, I'm not.
I love it.
I'm a fanboy. I'm
Yeah, you can't help
genuinely a
it.
fanboy. But I would say that's what I like. I think Artie's done a great job.
Oh, come on.
You don't think so?
No, I think he sucks a big fucking heroin dick.
He's funny when he's on the show, though.
Kevin earlier
First of
was
all,
saying
I talk shit about
I'm
Artie
not saying
because
as a stand-up. I've never seen his stand-up.
No, I talk
fine.
shit about Artie because what can he do to me? You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
what can
he
he
can
do to
insult
me?
you.
he was saying,
he could
saying
just-
earlier
he can't
before you
beat me
got
up.
here, he
He
was saying
can't. You know what I
Artie's
mean?
a fat junkie.
Like if it was
Oh,
Jimmy. If
well, I
it
don't
was
think
Jimmy,
anyone argues that. I think Artie's the first to agree he's a
Artie
fat
would say that,
junkie.
yeah.
He said he's not long to live. But what I like about him is I think he brings out that machine gun Anthony that you guys used to do, Jim.
Yeah.
Where there are very few people I've met. Like I look at you, Jay Moore, and Artie.
I'm right here.
No, you're a rant. I love Brennan. You're a beast.
You're great.
But I think the machine gun mind of back and
Well,
forth.
let's compliment the people that aren't here.
You're great, but
Hold on, I want to hear more about machine gun mines.
yeah.
Just like Edmund Fitzgerald or those things where you guys could
What
go
the
for
fuck
10
are you
minutes.
talking about?
That's
They're-
a fucking great bit.
I appreciate as someone who's done stand up and who thinks I'm clever. You guys, your minds operate at a different speed, and when it gets going, as a fan, it's one of those things where you're like, how many fucking times can you tag this joke and you keep going?
You think Matt's packing?
I think Matt's an 8x6 guy, but here's my problem. Here's Matt's big. Here's Matt's big
You're not getting out of
insecurity.
that.
It tapers at the top.
It does.
That's what I'm
narrow.
guessing.
You got a pyramid dick?
A pyramid dick.
Yeah.
It allows it to get in. This is how Megan Kelly's gonna love this.
But
segment.
you're a doctor too, right?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
know how to make your dick
Still
work
licensed.
better. Do you learn? I mean, do you learn little tricks at med school?
Yeah.
And you can get meds. You can get meds if you need them. Can you write yourself meds?
Can't. They won't let me write meds anymore.
No.
It's
But
been
if
too
you're
long.
practicing.
I practiced. I was doing residency. I am still licensed as a general practitioner, but nobody will authorize scripts anymore for insurance reasons. Even if I wrote them for myself, they wouldn't.
But if you're a
fill
regular
them.
doctor, you can write your own medicine.
You can as long as it's not a controlled substance. So you couldn't write for anything, any opioids, anything that's class 1 controlled. So you can't write like for any pain medications, anything fun. But you could write for antibiotics or
Because no one gets hooked on them. Somebody, Ollie has a question. We will answer your question, Ollie. What's up?
Yes, my question was, I don't understand the conflict between E-Rock and the show. like sometimes I'm not able to listen to the entire show because I have a job. Shout out to Neal Brennan. Hey, Neal, I really enjoyed Three Mics as well, man. Really good show.
It's the wrong Brennan, man. It's the
Oh,
wrong.
it's the asshole Brennan.
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
we have the other Brennan in studio.
Now, hold on. You're asking about.
So what else did you do? I don't know. What do you do? You
Why are
carry
you calling it
snacks.
attacking Kevin?
Hey, motherfucker, anytime on 6th Avenue. I'm sick of these fucking
Hey,
people
man, I
calling
love
in and
you, man.
trolling
I
on
just wanted
Twitter.
to piss you
I want
off.
to just fight people.
You should.
Listen, I love you, man. I just wanted to piss you off. I think you're phenomenal. And that fight with the Cuban dude was some of the best podcasts I've ever listened to. I just wanted to just piss you off for just a second.
Hold on, Ollie. Do you want to ask about E-Rock?
Yes.
I got a text from E-Rock. I wasn't going to talk about it on the show. He texted me yesterday in the afternoon. And he goes, hey, care to do dinner sometime?
If it's on you.
And I wrote back, definitely, I would love to. Then he wrote back, cool, let me know whenever's good for you. And I wrote, early next week, ? And he wrote, perfect. I leave for D.C. on Wednesday, so Monday or Tuesday works. And I wrote, yes, that will be fun.
Oh, I'm glad you brought us through.
Thanks, Ollie.
I'm glad you brought us through the whole conversation.
Did you hear that?
See you, buddy. Thank you.
Did you hear Louis C.K. disinvited me to his Super Bowl party? Speaking of text.
I get that.
Did he?
He invited me to a Super Bowl party on the Saturday before the Super Bowl because he wanted an Eagles fan at his party.
Okay.
So I asked my wife, I go, you want to go? And she goes, yeah. So I said, yeah, so definitely want to go. Can I bring my wife and kids? Because they're Eagles fans too. He goes, yeah, that's not cool. He goes, I don't really want kids. He goes, just got rid of my kids. So then,
So you have to go by yourself, yeah.
so then, but my kids, they were Eagles fans. They wore Eagles jerseys. They knew everything about
He doesn't
like
want kids at his party.
I got it. So then, and then my wife was like, she tried to get a babysitter, and the kids were like, no, this is like a big day. It's a fucking family day, Super Bowl day. So then I was watching a game with my kids, and you know, I figure it's going to be a competitive game. It'll go to the end of the game. So I text him right before the half. I go, can I come over just by myself? He goes, nah.
Wait, he said no?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
But
He
I
basically-
could see. I mean, I
Could
could
you?
see.
Could you, man?
No,
you
no.
fucking cunt.
Given his situation,
Jesus Christ! Do you ever
I
take
mean-
my side? You take everybody's
I'm-
side who's not here.
Here's
right.
what I was going to say: is
You're right, Kevin.
Jim, I don't want to put you in an awkward position. I know you got your buds with Louis, but maybe where he feels it would be awkward for him to have women around who may be. Given what's gone on recently with him, he may feel like, you know what? I just want guys
No,
around.
he
'cause I
said
may
it
feel
was
judged.
okay. Me and my
Oh, really?
wife. Me
Not
and my
the
wife
kids,
was
no
okay.
kids.
Not
Oh,
the
not the
kids.
He's saying no kids.
Okay.
Yeah. And so then you said, "Can I come over by myself?"
He said, can I? I said, I'm going to come over at halftime because I figure it's a long halftime show. I don't really care to see it.
Did he know
But
it'd be just you?
Yeah, and then he goes, yeah, the party ended up being a dud. Nobody showed up, and he goes, everyone's leaving at halftime, which I know is a lie because nobody leaves anything at fucking halftime because that's when all the women want to watch Justin Timberlake, and then before you know it, the second half starts.
Maybe
you know?
he only had a few people there. And it was
Did you
cheering
get
out.
invited?
What's that?
Did you get invited?
No, I haven't talked to him.
I think somebody
Really?
put the
Yes.
I think somebody put the kibosh on him that like maybe
here's what I
maybe
think.
Brennan might be
somebody who was
toxic.
there didn't like me.
Here's what I think happened.
Somebody.
Dave Landau.
Here's what I think happened. I think that the party was actually going better than he expected.
Probably.
Right.
And then we're
I
like,
don't need Kevin
they were
Brennan
like,
it was
ruining
hot.
it.
I think it was good.
Yes.
A good time. I think
Well-
that some A-list people showed up, and Louis was like, "Oh yeah, I kind of forgot how many really important friends that I have." And then you text him, and he's like, "No,
Plus,
of course
the funny
you can't
part was
embarrass
the funny
me."
part was whenever I text him, like if he texts me, because I texted him last week, I go whatever. Just I hadn't reached out to him, so I reached out to him. I said I just texted you, so when I see you, I don't have to say I was going to text you, And then he gets back to me like 24 hours later. When I said, "Can I come at halftime?" Like within the minute, he's like, "No."
Right.
He was like, "No, don't come over."
Because he wanted to make sure, like, no.
Yeah, don't
understand
even.
now. It's a no.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I think maybe had a woman there. I was going to cock block, or maybe Rachel Feinstein was there. Somebody who I talk a lot of shit about, and he was just like, "Don't come over."
Or maybe
didn't-
people were just leaving the party. Maybe it was
Nobody
a
leaves at halftime.
That's
It was a
true.
close game.
I've never heard
Nobody,
about it.
nobody's
Nobody-
ever left.
nobody's
The,
leaving.
No one.
nobody's ever left
never.
the party at halftime.
That is true.
He basically implied that not a lot of
No.
people showed up, and I
That's
know
not
that's not
true
true because
either.
I know everybody showed up because everybody wants. I just want to see who was going to be there and what
But
his
that's what
house
happened.
looked like.
There were important people there,
Yeah.
and he didn't want you to embarrass
You never
him.
seen his house? It's nice.
Didn't
No,
you?
I wanted to see where he lives, and then if shit goes down, I could always stalk him or fucking burn his house down.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, you can't
I might
come
put
over.
his.
I can't imagine why he said no.
I might give his phone number out just to fucking get even.
That's smart.
Because I thought he would have changed his phone number after all the fucking trials and tribulations. You know what I
Right.
mean? But he has
Didn't
the same
Anthony
number.
invite you to his Super Bowl party?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
You know who he invited?
Yeah, I
Dave
do
Landau.
know.
Yeah,
Dave
he did.
Landau.
I think he sent a car to the airport for Dave.
Yeah, he did.
So Jimmy, wait,
Wait,
so,
he did have a party for real?
Oh,
You know
yeah,
that for a
big
fact?
one. A big
I'm
one.
in
He
on
invited
that.
me, I
Did he?
didn't go. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you? So have you not contacted Louis, or is it just? Are you kind of giving him space, or do you
Yeah,
not
when
wanna-
he wants to talk, we'll talk. It's
Yeah.
like, when things happen and people want to take some time to themselves, whatever,
Right.
we'll talk. I have no doubt we'll talk.
Right.
But, yeah.
Oh, I think that's why I did it when I was on last time. I think you said it, and I was like, I'm because I know I'll run into it at the cellar, and I'm not really tight with him, but I became more friendly once once I had kids. I would go to him for advice, or when I was having problems with my marriage, or
Has
problems
he
with,
been?
problems
Is
with
he
jerking
going
off.
to the cellar? Is he going to the cellar? Is he
I have not
doing-
seen him, no.
No, he's not been there yet. So I just want to see. I just want to see who was at the party, and then he's like, "Don't come over. Don't come over. It's a bad idea."
We should. I like dicks.
We're back.
Just unnecessary.
My fucking knuckle hit it.
Oh,
Sorry.
mistake.
Yeah.
Have you been covering Kim Jong Un's sister as you cover the Olympics?
We're doing kind of the lighthearted stuff. The 9:00 hour of the Today Show is much more of the fun element, not the one who owns slaves and who is possibly related to a dictator. We don't tackle that.
I just love the backlash on it because at first, she was there with Mike Pence in the
Right.
in the box, and she was like side eyeing him, and she just looked regal, I guess. And so there are all these people, there's some people in the media that were writing articles about how, yes, this is North Korea's equivalent to Ivanka Trump, and she's so glamorous.
Right.
And there were all these people on social media going, yes, slay bitch, yes, queen,
Right.
And it took a day for people to point out, what are you doing? North Korea is way worse than anything that's ever happened
Right.
here. She's in charge of enslaving her
Right.
people and starving them.
Big deal. So did we. I'm tired of fucking hearing about how terrible North Korea is. We're friends with shitheads all over the globe, and all of a sudden Kim Jong-un's a problem.
Isolationist Jim is coming out.
But you know what I mean? Like, we've been complete twats throughout history. Everybody
Right.
else is a twat, so let's stop pretending that we shouldn't talk to them.
North
Fuck
Korea's
'em.
significantly worse.
They suck, but so what? China stinks too. Fucking Saudi Arabia fucking cuts heads off in the middle of the town. Fuck them all.
Well, you're and to see this thing of where people say, okay, is this a softening of relations to have like North and South Korea having a women's hockey team together, and then
Unified,
other
yeah.
people saying that this is endorsing it or condoning it. And again, it's what you said of, well, either we're trying to improve relations or we're cutting it off, in which case we're, just saying, fuck you, we're trying to get rid of communism.
Are we
it off.
friends with Russia? Didn't they?
Well, that's a lot of controversy. That's a loaded question.
Didn't they fund the fucking the North Vietnamese, and didn't we fucking fund Afghans who were fighting them? So let's stop pretending.
I mean,
all
it's
of a
like
sudden-
Jocktober. Like sometimes it just happened in the past and you
Yes,
move on.
You move forward.
Jocktober.
That was a very famous bit on
Sorry,
this show.
it's
It
a
was a
reference.
staple of the Opie and Anthony show.
I know, Kevin.
Wow. No, because I feel bad that I didn't listen to in the heyday because I never was up in the morning and I don't have a car, so
We played all day.
We played all day.
that's
It
what I
did.
meant to say.
We replayed all day. It was a very, very funny show.
Hey, you were on Celebrity Apprentice with Arnold.
Yes.
I was never on it.
I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah.
Did you have you heard what Piers Morgan is saying about his time with Omarosa on Celebrity Apprentice?
She said that to him. I thought he was saying that she said that about Trump.
No.
That she would say he was gay and that she would
He said Piers went on Tucker yesterday on
Right.
Fox News, and he said that when they were doing Celebrity Apprentice, because they were talking about what Omarosa was saying on Big Brother
Right.
and like kind of trashing her. And he said that when they were on Celebrity Apprentice together, Omarosa said they should have a showmance. And he was like, "What are you talking about?" And she was like, "We should have sex like for the show,
Right.
And then we can do well here, and we can have a spin-off show. We can do all that."
She's calculated.
And he was like, "No, I don't want to have sex with you." And
Right.
she gave the Sandy Kane retort, which was, "What are you, gay?"
Yeah.
But you want to fuck Arnold?
I've
No,
got
she wanted-
Piero down here.
She wanted to fuck
Piers.
Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
But
for
that
the
was
sake of
Trump,
the
the
show.
Trump era. Yeah, so I met Omarosa at a reality event, and she's very nice. And my buddy is working on Celebrity Big Brother, where she is right now, and just says this is a woman who has a plan. She's going in there. She's got a book coming out, and she didn't go in there randomly. She was. She'd just gotten out of the White House. It was a week.
Yeah.
From
It's
the
crazy.
White House to
It's really
Big Brother. And
That's where we live, and nobody's scratching their heads at it.
well,
You know what I mean? It's just like, of course, yeah. Omarosa, she was in the White House.
Look,
yeah, now she's on Big Brother. Of
and
course.
I'm not being holier than thou. Obviously, I went on Apprentice because I wanted people to know who I was. It
You didn't
didn't
work
quite
in the
work
White House-
out.
you didn't work in the White
I
House
did
a
not
week
work in the
before
White
that.
House a week before.
When were you on Apprentice?
I was
The
on
Arnold
the most
season.
recent and the last season that clearly you didn't
was
watch.
Arnold?
I freaking loved him.
Who do you hate? Who do you hate? You love everybody.
I
You
don't
like
know.
Omarosa.
Okay, so here's
you like
what
Arnold.
I would say when I
Great
get asked that
question.
question.
Kevin Brennan?
I tend to give the benefit of the doubt. Like I've been a dick a lot of times, and I'm sure it's
I
caught
can
on
imagine.
camera.
You're a dick all
Yeah,
the time, right?
A total. But
What'd you do? Not help a lady cross the street
Well,
one
like,
time?
that
was wrong.
you meet someone and they're an asshole to you. Like I don't know, you're a big unit, right? He wouldn't take a photo with you, but
Randy
you don't
Johnson,
know.
yeah.
You remember
don't
everything.
know. I know it's awful,
big
and I always
unit.
bring it up. But it's one of the things where sometimes you assume the worst, but I'm also like, who knows? Maybe he just found out his mom had cancer or something. So I'm like, unless someone is a repeated asshole to me,
Sure.
I tend to give the benefit of the
You'll
doubt.
give them one shot at being a dick because it could be it's a bad day.
Because I'm sure there are lots of people who will say I've been, a moody little bitch, and they're probably right. But I think you try
You're
to be
moody?
nice.
Yes. He goes between happy and joyous.
Happy to see you guys.
But who gets under your skin?
I didn't even like
Well,
that.
What religion?
Like when I went on Apprentice, I knew I was the least famous person. So there was a thing of Vince Neil's there from Motley Crue. And at one point, he and John Lovitz are yelling at me, or Boy George is yelling at me. But I'm also like, yeah, you've been famous for 30 years. You've played, sold 100 million records.
Sure.
What were they yelling at you for?
You've been rocking all over town.
We made him I made Boy George wait for an hour for a shoot. And it was just because these tasks, you actually have to do the tasks, and it actually is harder work than you would think. And so you're trying to organize it, and Boy George is having this tantrum, and you just kind of are like, well, am I going to go, no, you know what? Fuck you, you diva. Or are you going to go, okay. First of all, I know I'm on camera.
Right.
And I know I'm the easiest one to get voted fired.
Yes. Right.
So you're kind of like, I can put up with that. So nobody really got under my skin because you also know it's TV. You know, and I'm in reality.
But who sticks in your craw?
Have you ever hit a woman?
No, but I did have my nose broken by one.
Who gets your goat? All right, what happened? Who
gets
broke your
my
nose?
goat?
How'd she break it? Was it with her spine?
A girl I was dating.
Yeah, sitting on her.
It was with her big, enormous penis, Jim.
Please, I've had my throat broken.
A girl I was dating who I'd met on, like, I went through a phase where when I was younger, when I was internet dating and not looking for a relationship, I was looking for fun.
Whoa.
And I met a girl who was fun and we were having a good time. And then she found out I was still on the service, but I wasn't using it. I'm like, I'm fine having fun with you. She thought, you're cheating on me, so she starts swinging at me and smashed my nose, and that was the end of the relationship. Yeah.
Can't you show her that you have no activity on?
I tried to
on the app.
I tried to, but she's like, I don't believe you.
She was busy punching you in the face.
Was she Hispanic?
No,
because they're fucking crazy.
No,
are they?
Yeah, my wife's Hispanic.
So you can say that.
Yeah, I can say it. Even
that.
Has she ever punched you in the face?
She's threatened me so many times.
But she's never hit you.
No, she's like pushed me. You know what I mean? She's never like
Why'd she
slapped
push
me.
you?
I don't know. I mean,
Sure you do.
they're fucking nuts, man. Happy Valentine's Day, honey.
Yeah, right.
No, but they're real crazy.
Yeah.
One of the things that gets my goat, I think, are the comics, I think, who've become more social justice warriors after kind of having earned.
You talking about Jim specifically?
Not
Yeah,
Jim,
no.
totally.
Yeah.
Right. People who don't support other comedians' freedom of speech because it's the
Sarah
South Park.
Silverman.
It's the thing of either everything's fair game or nothing's fair game. I think, and to say, well, you could say this, or you can't say this, or you could say because you have you can't say that, Kevin. No, I have a Hispanic wife. Oh. Okay, now you can say
But you
make
can't
a
even
Hispanic
that.
joke.
You can't even that.
Right.
Even, that doesn't even give you a pass anymore.
I think it's one of those things of where.
I am
as
sick
white
of
men, we can't really say it, but I
am
think it
sick
should
of
be
the, I am
either
sick
all
of the
in or
West
not.
Coast comics, like with all their political fucking
You don't need to
How's the
generalize
seller?
like that.
Has it changed?
No, it doesn't feel like it's changed.
No,
Yeah,
but
it's
you
just-
see these West Coast like Patton Oswalt, come on, man. You're
like Patton.
you're a Keebler elf. You know what I mean? Like.
You're
But
just making
he
fun of him
hasn't
for being
changed as a
short?
comedian, though.
No, but
he's
he's like just all this fucking SJW, right? And I was just watching Cumia, and I'm drinking a Kool-Aid a little bit over there.
You watch a lot of Cumia.
And,
I sure do.
And no, he's talking
All he
about,
watches.
Sarah said she wants to eat her fucking aborted baby, and it's like, it's just pathetic to me, talk tough. That's why I said he's fucking trolls on Twitter. Like, just meet me. I'd rather just fight a fucking dude. You know what I mean?
Right. Well,
Like,
you're a
just
comedian,
fight.
so of course you're
You're
just wanna
Irish.
fight people.
No, I'd rather just fight instead of all this I'm a tough guy on Twitter, and it's like everybody's a tough guy. It's like it's embarrassing to me.
But I also think some of the people, half the people, like they would say that, and then you'd go, oh fuck you, and they'd be like, oh, no, actually I'm a huge fan. I just wanted to get your attention, and you're like, I don't know that all these people who are trolling always believe what they're saying so much as they know the negative responses tend to garner more from you.
True, Kevin.
You're
been
more
talking
likely
about
to
it for 2
respond to a
hours now.
negative
To a
response.
troll, like a troll.
Yes.
A troll. People will troll you because they know, someone says something nice. You
No,
don't
but like
reply.
When
Sarah-
in reality,
Sarah
you attract more
Silverman-
bees with honey.
Sarah Silverman,
Isn't that right?
Sarah Silverman is a fucking college dropaut, and so
Oh,
she's
no.
she's not
Dump out of that.
no, she's not a political fucking expert. She didn't go to Harvard fucking
But don't you think
School of
she's
Government.
Don't you think she's been out of college long enough?
Yeah.
She could have done some research.
I think you could just say Harvard.
School of Government.
Yeah, what's the School of
What would
Government?
Dave Landau have said? He would have fucking
It would have been quick.
He would have cleaned that up.
It would have been quick.
He would've
man.
No,
tagged something Anthony was saying
I'm saying
brilliantly.
all because you're famous, because Sarah's famous. All these people are like I'll see Sarah tweet, and within like 39 seconds, she has like 2,000 likes. I'm like, hey, do they sign up? Can you sign up to automatically like of someone's
Are
tweet?
you just mad because somebody famous?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but I'm saying
It's
like
just jealousy.
they act like Sarah's an expert. Sarah knows what she knows. Like most people are like self-educated. They know what they know. They don't know the different broad spectrum of like intelligence, right? You're a doctor. You know what I mean? You have to kind of know different aspects of.
I
You
have
can't
no
just know
problem with
one
people
side
having
and be like,
their-
I'm right because I know one side inside and out. Patton Oswalt.
But she's just explaining her opinion. Who cares what she
I have
thinks?
no
Because she fucked her way to the top. I wish I could do Dice Clay. Oh,
But who cares? Like, if she says things and people agree with her, like, I don't agree with her tweets, so I don't care what she says.
Right. I have
Yeah,
no
I don't-
problem with
doesn't
that as
matter to
long
me.
as they don't, long as they don't then condemn other comedians.
Yeah.
Like have your opinion, but don't come after someone else for something they've done. Because I think it's
I
that
wish
thing
I had
of.
my fucking boxing gloves on. I would kick
Would
you
you
with a
punch me?
fucking
Oh,
right
Jesus.
cross.
He was right.
Why
right
would you
now.
need clothes if you're
That'd be
gonna
a
kick
terrible
me?
move. That'd be a terrible move.
You'd hit him
No,
right now.
I just want to see how he reacts when he gets
He
really.
wouldn't punch you. He would probably just slap you.
I would,
He would
I would
slap
sit
you.
on you.
He would take
I
out
just
his
have a lot of
fucking big
mass.
dick and fucking just.
If Kevin Brennan punched you in the face right now, would you hit him back?
I got punched in the face for a TV show, and
He's like Larry King
it
with all these
hurt.
stories.
I know.
Who punched you in the face on TV?
It was a boxer. It was like a 119-pound professional boxer. It was like one of those. It was a super slow-mo camera. So there's like an image of me getting punched, and it hurt.
Did you get knocked down?
It hurt. No, I didn't.
Did he jab you?
I
Threw a
think
jab?
He threw a jab. I think he kind of pulled it a little bit because
Sure.
he knew.
But it's still-
also, again, I have rheumatoid arthritis. Like, if you haven't
Whatever it
noticed,
takes to get the bitches.
I have to rotate. I have to rotate around. I have no neck flexibility, and I think he
that's
saw
great.
that too. And he's like, "I'll break. I might break your neck if I really punch you
Why
hard."
do you have
So,
no neck flexibility?
I
I know how I've injured mine, but how have you hurt yours?
Rheumatoid arthritis. So I have an autoimmune disease where my body attacks itself, causing inflammation. Tends to be in the joints. So like
that
the
sucks.
neck and back.
That does suck. I'm sorry.
It's the
take
one
that.
part of me that still gets stiff, Kevin.
My grandfather has rheumatoid arthritis,
Oh, really?
but the only reason I know is because when my grandmother died, my mom, he's not a sensitive man, and my mom,
I like him already.
we flew to, Detroit where they
Right.
live. And my mom went to talk to her dad, and she goes, and they don't have a good relationship.
Really?
But she goes, no, he wasn't around at all, barely when she was growing up. But she goes, hey, Dad, how you doing? And he goes, well, okay. I got the rheumatoid arthritis. And we're like, your wife of 60 years just died. Who cares? But he was not doing that well because his arthritis was acting up.
Yeah.
Good for him.
And then he went to the funeral with a Bluetooth in his ear the whole time.
Oh my God.
Nobody's calling.
That explains your mom being the complete opposite.
She's the opposite.
Saving your hair.
Yes, she's the complete opposite.
These are references, Kevin.
She wanted
I'm
to
sorry.
create
Yeah,
the
they're
family
family.
she never had.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's understandable.
Yes.
I'm sure she's happy with you.
I mean, how could you not be? I'm
Yeah,
the last
but your
professional broadcaster.
You know what you
You
have?
don't
You
shut
have a grandkid. Like my
A couple times a week.
my brother had a baby, and my mom. So there were. I have a brother who's it was three. My dad, my brother, and I growing up with my mom, and I think she was just kind of missed the female presence, and so now my brother having a wife and then having a baby girl, my mom couldn't be happier having a grandchild.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I'm sure your mom's probably.
My mom
the
loves
same.
having a grandchild, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
We're invisible now.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't get spoiled anymore. It sucks.